Caballero, decir las instrucciones abajo. I give you instructions downstairs. Both your trunks are high, los calzones están un poquito altos, así que aquí está bien. Dense la mano y buena suerte a los dos. Good luck to both of you.
Andre Ward has said that a fight with Kovalev is not a matter of
Andre,
if, but when.
I'm gonna go like this. Show me your mouthpiece, okay?
He said that he wants to fight for a title eventually as a heavyweight. But tonight, he has to get through an undefeated, hungry, light heavyweight Cuban fighter to make all that stuff happen.
Sergey Kovalev seated at ringside to observe as Andre Ward starts it off against the slightly larger, slightly longer Sullivan Barrera.
In normal cases, Jim, with a guy being off this long, I would say it's crazy to fight a Cuban. But because it's Andre Ward, it's not so crazy because of his style.
Well, so far, he has not shown up in any fight where long levels of inactivity appear to have damaged him. He's always Andre Ward, the same precise, well-prepared, stylistically innovative and intelligent, and craft superior fighter. Haven't seen anything but that. Ward, of course, the last American male fighter to win an Olympic gold medal back at Athens in 2004.
Good jab by Ward.
Perfectly timed.
Maybe slightly more flat-footed than last we saw Andre Ward tonight.
Well, you know, his shoulder's okay now, so he probably trying to make sure he gets more out of that right hand when he does throw it.
Scheduled to appear on the undercard at Cotto versus Canelo back in November. Backed away from that because of swelling in his right knee. He's had to observe that right knee carefully ever since he tore his ACL 7 years ago. But the potential assignment back in November is, to our knowledge, the only fight he's ever missed because of the knee injury. And that was because of swelling and soreness, not because of any re-injury.
To be honest with you though, Jim, if he was going to fight on the undercard, I think it was not a bad thing for him because he's trying to make himself, put himself at the top of that pound-for-pound category. He doesn't want to be a guy on the co-main event when he thinks he's the main man right now.
Well, he believes that he should rank #1 pound for pound right now. And frankly, you know, immediately after Floyd Mayweather retired, Andre Ward was #1 on many pound for pound lists, but he's dropped off of a lot of them, including the Fight Game list, including ESPN, including Ring Magazine, because of inactivity. If he's active and continues to win, and most particularly if he were to fight Sergey Kovalev, who ranks #3 or #2 on most of the pound for pound lists, he would almost certainly rank where he wants to rank if he defeated Kovalev.
Well, I think truthfully when he's fighting, he is definitely the best pound-for-pound guy out there right now because of who he's beaten, because of his past, and because of how long he's been at that spot.
And he's controlling this first round again.
Here's Kovalev, who knows where the camera is all the time, who has a good-looking pair of sunglasses, who flashes that swarthy jack-o'-lantern grin everywhere he goes, who is an extremely confident fighter, loaded with self-belief, amazing power, and so many of us want to see that fight between the craft and skill of Andre Ward and the awesome power of Sergey Kovalev.
The best fight that can be made in boxing, #1.
Better than GGG versus Canelo?
What he wants to do is get down and try to come. So show him some tap and then step over and drop the body shots onto your strong side, okay? Your right side. Now keep him turning in the middle, okay? Be deep, stay alert. When you're along the ropes, make sure you point.
Ward's trainer since childhood, Virgil Hunter. The voice he loves to listen to in the corner.
But Andre has to win tonight to take a step toward that fight happening. I say yes, Jim, to your question, because it wouldn't produce necessarily the most fireworks. But the way Kovalev has come up in the world as Andre Ward has been inactive, makes it such a 50-50 proposition in most fight fans' minds.
Well, and it's also a great style fight. I mean, you know, Roy Jones told us between fights why it is that Andre Ward is so good against punchers. Kovalev is, along with Golovkin, one of the 2 premier punchers in the sport, as recognized today.
And when a fighter's in an active, Roy, as Andre's been, his timing is a little off, maybe a little easier to hit.
Yeah, it is sometimes, but with Andre, I don't think it's that bad because of how he neutralizes that range. When you got a guy that can neutralize the range that well, he's always in control of what goes on in the ring. He's always in control of the distance that they're fighting at. So I don't think timing means so much to him.
Roy, is Barrera's body language that of a fighter who's trying to set up a big right hand?
No, his body language is that of a fighter who's not sure and who really is not the biggest puncher, but he's not sure what he's facing. So he's trying to figure out still what kind of power Andre has.
Oh, he landed a good right hand there,
Landed a good right hand, exactly right.
So he tried to land a big hook right there. So already Andre has him not thinking about the straight right, but now he's trying to land the hook because Andre is not showing him or giving him the right hand.
Get your hand out, Andre. Hands are free, mano libre. Let him go, Sullivan. Saca la mano. Back that camera up, baby. Atrás de la cabeza, hijo, ya te dije. Saca la mano, Sullivan. Atrás.
Andre Ward is a fighter who has to win, has to keep winning to stay relevant, to keep fans interested. Because almost like a great character actor who's like a chameleon who disappears into his roles, his style can change from one fight to another such that it's difficult to describe him to somebody. He's not the fastest, he's not the biggest puncher. Sometimes he's aggressive, sometimes he's a boxer.
He brings exactly what he needs for the particular job. That's a professional.
Quick left hooks. And Ward landed a handful of quick left hooks in the round, which seemed to win them for him. With April 9 only a few weeks away, our Pacquiao-Bradley programming begins tonight following boxing. Stay tuned for Legacy on the Line for Bradley to Pacquiao. It's an intimate look at Tim Bradley, showing what he's gone through in facing Manny Pacquiao twice before. 1 week later, Under the Lights brings you analysis of the upcoming Pacquiao-Bradley rubber match with HBO's boxing experts, along with Pacquiao's trainer Freddie Roach. And then April 9, it's the 3rd fight between Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley, only on HBO pay-per-view. Don't miss it.
Right, you see the SOG finish this first round off with a beautiful double hook to the head. He spins out right, left hook right there, left hook again, and his back is off the rope. So he can continue to proceed to the middle of the ring if there was any time left. Beautiful work by Andre Ward.
2 rounds in the books. Left hand has been the most effective weapon so far for Andre Ward. This time he throws a right hand over the top. You can see that our unofficial scorer, Harold Letterman, has given the first 2 rounds to Ward.
It seems to me, Roy, that Andre came out in this fight wanting to show that he's a light heavyweight, that he's strong at the weight. He's not moving in a very kind of fleet-footed way, and he's putting some mustard on his shots.
Yeah, when we fight against big guys, you got to understand that when you fight a big guy, the first thing you got to show him is that just because you're big does not mean you're in control tonight. So it's like when I fought John Ruiz, my first thing was to come out there in the middle of the ring and show him, yeah, I know you think I'm the fleet-footed guy, but you're not the biggest guy in here tonight. I'm just as big as you are when it comes to heart and fighting ability. And that's what Andre is doing tonight. He's letting Barrera know that, no, you're not the big dog here tonight. I am. You may be bigger, but I'm still the big dog.
And in case you've been watching NCAA basketball, we welcome you to boxing on HBO. Andre Ward in the black trunks with white and black trim, and Sullivan Barrera in the white trunks with red trim, fighting at 175 pounds, Ward's first appearance as a full-fledged light heavyweight, and early on he seems to have the boxing advantage against Barrera, and he knocks him down with a quick left hook. Crowd erupts in the Oracle Arena in Oakland as local hero Andre Ward delivers a knockdown in round 3. I was surprised for the first couple of rounds, Max and Roy, that Ward was fighting Barrera from the perimeter rather than going inside and taking away his punching room. Now we see the reason he wanted to develop his own power punching.
Exactly.
And he did.
And you know his shoulder's okay now, so he can punch with both hands.
Andre Ward's success has been largely based on his changing and Virgil Hunter's changing his game plan to suit every style he faces. It's specific to his opponent. He's shown he can fight in a variety of styles, backing up Edison Miranda, beating Froch with one hand.
Frustrating Arthur Abraham. Dominating Miguel Kessler here in
on
the Bay Area.
And here kind of
almost landing another big left hook to punctuate round number 3.
being the bully.
You gotta be careful, Miguel. Catch him, okay? But very good. You did good. When you're on the inside, you gotta go to the right. You can't go all the way in. Off to the side. You gotta turn him. Turn him and you can't get that shot in. All right? Turn him.
He see Andre come off the ropes and then a beautiful left hook high on the top of the head. That shot sent Sullivan Barrera to the canvas. Beautiful left hook right on the top of the head. Boom, as you see right there. Can't say he was off balance because he was about to punch. So the actual punch is what sent him down. First, it kind of looked like he was off balance, but the punch is what did the damage there.
And the cheering section, Steph Curry up and thrilled. Draymond Green jumping up to join him. So the Warriors cheering the Warrior in the ring. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
I got it 3-0, 30-26. Andre won. I tell you, Jim, you got to give him an extra point in round 3 for that knockdown. Clean knockdown with that shot to the top of the head. Andre won the first 2 rounds with that jab. See the way he leads in jabs to the body? Piled up points in rounds 1 and 2 with that jab without question. And then the 3rd round, he got an extra point for the knockdown. 3-0, Andre won.
And one thing he's doing brilliantly is catching Barrera coming in with quick left counterpunch.
Quick left hooks to the head. He whacked with that left 2 times this round already, and he's using a beautiful jab to keep his distance with Barrera.
There's a long way to go in this fight, potentially still. But you have to start wondering, this flat-footed, more flat-footed style that Andre's employing here, punching with more authority from a distance. Is he sacrificing speed and defense a little bit here? Or is his speed and defense, has it been compromised by the layoff and by age?
No, his speed and defense is built in already. This is what he does. He's making a statement. He's at home. He's letting Sergey Kovalev know that, hey, when it comes time, don't think I'm going to be out there running from you because you're the big puncher. I'm going to show you what I do to big punchers. And this is what he's doing right now. He has to have his game on display because he knows that a fight with Kovalev is inevitable.
He did get caught with a Barrera left hook as we were beginning that discussion. One of Barrera's best punches in the fight so far momentarily stopped Andre in his tracks, but he went right back to work.
Andre normally doesn't get hit very cleanly very much at all in a fight, even over the course of a 12-round distance. Barrera's landed some shots here that have had the sweat flying a little bit. And of course, the question fans are asking, should Andre continue to win this fight and win it, is what happens if Kovalev lands with a few of those clean shots. It doesn't take many from Kovalev.
Well, that's a two-sided question, because what happens if Andre hits Kovalev?
And he'll hit him.
So it is a two-sided question.
Well, one thing that we're reminded of watching Ward here, even just in the first 4 rounds, Kovalev probably hasn't seen an opponent who has the kinds of reflexes, the kinds of thought process, the ability to choose the right punch at the right moment that Andre Ward has. Almost incomparable in current boxing.
No doubt about it.
Stop at the bell. Stop!
Slightly after the bell. And now Raul Caiz wants to talk to both fighters before they go back to the corners after round 4. It's not too early to begin looking forward to our big pay-per-view on May 9, April 16, Canelo Alvarez and Amir Khan face off, hosted by our Max Kellerman. 1 week later, 24/7 begins a 2-part series going behind the scenes with Canelo and Khan. It all leads up to May 7 when Canelo Alvarez defends the lineal middleweight title against Amir Khan, only on HBO pay-per-view.
You gotta work, you gotta work, you gotta work, you gotta work. Whether you hit him here with the hook, whatever, on the right side, all right?
Deep breath.
You're faster. He's hurt.
Just do what I tell you. I gotta talk to
Keep it clean. Limpiecito, papá. Vámonos.
Round 5 of a scheduled 12. Andre Ward seemingly in control early against Sullivan Barrera. Got a knockdown on a left hook in the 3rd round. Landed high on Barrera's head.
Stop! Stop! Get those punches up, Andre. Up. Vámonos.
Good feint right hand by Andre.
Mano libres, mano libres. Hands are free.
A lot of fighters have game plans. I'm going to push back the puncher. I'm going to box him. I'm going to move this way or that way, fight him on the inside or outside. Takes a lot of discipline to successfully employ it every time, as Andre seems to be able to do.
In his last 5 fights coming in here, Sullivan Barrera has been averaging 79 punches thrown per round. Very busy fighter for a light heavyweight. Tonight, against Andre Ward, he's averaging 53. Why does your punch output drop from 79 to 53? Because you're getting countered whenever you overcommit.
And Ward is frequently not in a position to be hit.
And everything Sullivan Barrera throws has knockout on it, so it's much easier for Andre to see him coming. Look for Andre to land a good straight right soon, because he's getting too close to Sullivan with that jab to the body. Good defense.
Barrera missing with the right hand.
Great
missing with the uppercut. Missing with the jab.
Right, Andre can play defense from a distance or in close or in that middle distance.
And Ward's counter left hand is right on the chin.
And he's gonna have that right hand. He's gonna land the counter right hand shortly. Just a matter of time.
Another left hook lands for Ward. So quick with his counters.
Lomachenko, the brilliant featherweight that we talk about from time to time and you see here on HBO, talks about mastering all 3 distances, outside, middle, and in, and Andre is a master of distance.
Yes, he is.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Good hook by Ward.
Andre Ward is so quick on the trigger with his left hook. There's no wasted motion whatsoever. Click, and it's there. And there's Andre's wife, Tiffany, seated at ringside.
get confused and he's starting to get frustrated. All you have to do is stay on top of your game now. Hear me? Deep breathing for me. Now listen, quit pulling your head away, okay? Keep it off center, over the shoulder, and quit pulling it away, okay? Do that. When you're on the rope, set a trap for him. But let him commit, but keep everything tight and closed up, okay? With that lead leg and lead hand, okay? Now you start to put them together. Don't reach over your feet with your jab where you gotta come back in position. Keep the pace on him now, he's getting frustrated.
Round 6 of a scheduled 12.
We're entering the time in the fight where Andre usually puts distance between himself and his opponent. As good a boxer as he is and as specific as the game plans are for each opponent, he generally starts to separate himself over the second half of the fight as he fully exploits what he sees up close.
There you go.
Yep.
Straight right hand and left hook, both landing. Jab lands. Now jab to the body. Jab to the body again. And he comes upstairs with the right hand. Master at work.
Yep, been had that right hand there for 2 rounds. He just finally went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. He's very smart, very methodical in his attack. The other thing we have to look at, Jim, is it's very frustrating to a puncher when you can't hit a guy. You know, you think your biggest thing is your punching power, but if you can't hit him, what good does it do you?
He just, as you said that, Roy, rolled a straight right hand right off his left shoulder at mid-range.
Good body shot by Barrera. Ward gets him back with a left hook. Another straight shot right up the middle, perfectly landed by Ward.
No, he didn't hit you. You turned your head. Déjalo ir, saca la mano.
When a guy's trying to land big shots like Sullivan Barrera, missing by an inch is the same as missing by a mile.
Exactly.
So the frustration builds through each round. Left hook landed inside for Barrera. Ward ducking and slipping to get away.
He's never sure, though, when he's going to land a punch, Jim, so he doesn't know which one to put mustard on and which one not to. Sullivan Barrera, that is.
And as the fight progresses, even when Barrera lands a punch upstairs, Ward's taken most of the juice off of it by turning his head.
So is the way to beat Ward perhaps to focus to the body?
Seemed to be Barrera's best chance.
Well, right now, and what I've seen so far in this fight, it seems as though Ward is beating Barrera's body better than Barrera's doing his.
100%. Total punches landed in the fight. Ward 77, Barrera 57. And Ward has mixed his attack upstairs, downstairs, left, right, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. He's throwing it all. A definitive combination by Ward. Showing judges that he commanded the round, and we're halfway through in Oakland, California. And there is Marshawn Lynch of the Seattle Seahawks, obviously a boxing fan. By the way, says he's retired, no longer of the Seattle Seahawks, now of the rank and file.
Throw, please, throw that hook also. Throw that hook, just throw it, no matter here, if it's here, just throw it. Obviously, because we're here, you know, he's winning these rounds, okay? But here now, every opportunity that you have, you got to take advantage of.
Come behind your lead, but don't reach for him, just straighten it out, okay? Don't swing while punching. Mid-range and put him in short.
So round 7 begins in a fight so far dominated by the skill level of Andre Ward. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, I got it 6-0, 60-53, Andre Ward. And I got to tell you, I agree with Abel Sanchez. Sullivan Barrera's not moving his hands enough. I mean, Andre Ward is just out-slicking him, throwing more. He's quicker, he gets in better shots, and he's winning the fight because Barrera spent so darn much time standing there looking at him like he's doing right now. I mean, you heard Abel just imploring him to move his hands, to throw more, to jump on Ward. But he's not doing it. He's standing flat-footed and getting hit by Ward. Jim, if anybody wants to know, Raul Cais, the referee, is wearing that black patch, you know, the black thing around his left arm because of the fact that the former WBA president, Gilberto Mendoza, passed away.
I thought maybe he was wearing the black armband because you said 60-54 instead of 60-53, Harold. Kind of mistake you never, ever make.
We talked to Steph Curry earlier and Draymond Green's here, and you just saw Marshawn Lynch. And when athletes of that caliber show up to a guy's fights, you know, real recognize real, game recognize game. It's not dissimilar from Michael Jordan signing Roy Jones when he was in his prime to his sneaker label, because those guys aren't just showing up because they happen to be in the same area and he's fighting. They're showing up because they're the real deal and they believe so is he. These are championship level athletes.
So they were here watching Andre Ward instead of watching Villanova's upset of Kansas in the basketball tournament. Not likely, it appears so far, to see an upset here tonight, as Ward is once again performing like Andre Ward, meaning in command.
The drama of the fight game, though, is you can be down 25 points and land a 26-point shot in the last second.
Don't push his head down, man. Don't push his head down.
No lead is safe.
I think this one pretty safe, though, Max.
Well, one thing Andre Ward will tell you is this is tough, this is dangerous, this is not easy, this is a risk, regardless of how good I look and how much I seem to dominate my fights. It's closer than you think. He respects the opponent. He maintains that perspective all the time. It's one of the things that drives him and makes him good.
It's one of the things that makes him best.
He's throwing some home run left hooks in there, Roy, even when they're not landing.
Good quick left hook again inside by Andre Ward. Tiffany Ward and the Ward family at ringside.
We need the combinations, okay?
Okay, now. Octavo.
Eight, okay? This is where you have put all your experience. You know, whatever you want to do for yourself in life, this is where you need to put it out. It's impossible that you can let him work just like that.
Okay? I need you to do that. All right? And I need you to keep turning, quit showing him the same look every time you confuse him.
He see Andre knock the jab down with his right hand, counter with a short 6-inch straight right hand, take the hook to the body, and come back with his own hook to the head after he blocks Sullivan's hook to the head.
Emmanuel Stewart would be proud. Catch and counter with the same hand.
What a technician.
And I guess at the end of the day, what Abel Sanchez is trying to say to Sullivan Barrera is, don't fall for the okey doke. Okay, so you're being taken apart by craftsmen in there. You've got to go in and unload the kitchen. Throw what you can throw, take your shots, and, you know, regardless of what the outcome is going to be, don't walk away from here saying that you didn't try as hard as you could to knock this guy out.
Well, this is why people like Sullivan did not make the top level of the amateur boxers in Cuba, because he didn't throw enough punches to be winning amateur fights. The guys that won the amateur fights were very busy and threw more punches. They were not just trying to knock out. They were throwing punches to score points. He does not do that, and this is showing right here.
Ward lands a left hook solidly in the middle of the chest of Sullivan Barrera. Does that punch hurt?
Yes, it hurts. It's just as bad as a body shot.
Class tells over time, and the longer the fight goes, the more obvious it becomes, the difference in class between Andre and all of his opponents so far in his career.
Ward talks about when he was first enrolled in the 168-pound tournament, the Super 6. He went to Germany for the news conference that announced the whole thing, and incredulously, he called back here to the United States to Virgil Hunter, his trainer, and said, Virgil, I'm an underdog. They don't think I'm going to win this thing.
2-1 against Kessler to start.
He was shocked by that.
I was too.
Well, Kessler was a very hot commodity back then. A lot of people felt he'd beat Calzaghe. It didn't work out that way, but he was considered a kind of a guy who might start climbing pound for pound ladders.
He was actually leading Calzaghe around the 4th or 5th round, and then Calzaghe, as he was capable of doing, went to another level.
But it was no contest against Andre Ward.
That's right.
Oh, good body shot.
And down goes Barrera after the body shot, and Kaiz is going to say it was a low blow. So there'll be no knockdown, and now Sullivan Barrera has up to 5 minutes, if necessary, to recover from the low blow.
That was a vicious low blow, son. Get over here.
And you did hear the telltale sign of a glove landing on a cup.
Yeah, and you see it hit right on the belt line. It wasn't really ridiculously low. It was more on the belt than it was low, I think. But it does make contact, so.
If you can see the guy's belly button and you hit him on the belt line, they'll call it low.
Yep.
And even though Ward doesn't get the extra point for the knockdown, it's still a discouragement to Barrera as we go forward in the fight.
Well, he's acting rejuvenated by it somehow. Barrera is. And see, here's Ward's being smart too. He sees Barrera comes out like he wants to prove something. He ties him up and lays on him for a few seconds and halts the momentum.
You don't lay on him, you put him close to him and you start throwing them bombs at him.
Nice and relax. 10 seconds. Come on. Stop at the bell. Stop at the bell, gentlemen. Stop!
April 23, Triple G. Gennady Golovkin returns to the ring to defend his middleweight titles against mandatory challenger Dominic Wade. And then June 4, Boxing After Dark brings you what could prove to be an instant classic. Everyone expects a fight of the year type entry as Francisco Vargas and Orlando Salido meet in a matchup of all action fighters. Vargas won what was chosen by most outlets as the fight of the year last year against Takashi Miura. Salido has been in various fight of the year candidates over the years.
Here we look at it, we do see that it was a little low. That punch moved the whole cup, so yes, it was higher, but it could have pulled the cup right into the wrong area. And he did have a reaction as though the cup did touch some of the wrong spots.
Delayed reaction. Barrera actually threw a punch before he went down.
Yeah, because it probably happened delayed. Sometimes it happens so quickly, and because you're not expecting it, you're like, whoa, I caught one in the wrong area.
Round 9 begins. Barrera trying to regain his energy after the low blow knockdown. Ward thoroughly in control of the fight up to this point.
Controlling it with the jab and the feints and the body shot right there. You see that body shot? That's a very vicious body shot. And anytime he can sneak that shot and turn it into a head shot, and something really bad may happen.
Controlling also with a counter-punching skill, Roy. I mean, Barrera has long ago learned that when he risks trying to land the big shot against Ward, he is going to get popped on the chin by a quick left hook or a straight right hand. And now Max is in the corner with Virgil Hunter to talk about Ward's performance so far. Max?
Virgil, what do you see so far?
He's boxing a good fight. I think Sullivan is really defensive right now because of the pot shots. I think if Andre really starts showing more feints and things like that, and got timing coming in, that he could get you with a piece and then end this fight. That's what we're looking for right now.
Virgil, it seems that he came out a little more flat-footed to start the fight. Was he trying to prove a point that he's in the light heavyweight division, he's not the smaller guy?
A point. I think he's slowly evolving into who he is, and he's learning how to move just enough, and it just evolved naturally like that. And he's learned his range and distance is right for that type of style. But if he has to move, he can do it.
You want to see him get a stoppage here?
I really would like to see him make a statement.
Hands are free.
Sullivan is being a little defensive, or he's coming on, but he's really looking to protect himself. If we can get another opening again, I think the lockdown was kind of early to let him know that he can hurt him, so he's a little more defensive. So I'm looking for him to put a statement in this round or even the next.
Thank you, Virgil.
Head up.
Roy Jones, Virgil Hunter suggested that feints would be the key to the attempt to get a knockout here. How does that work?
Well, you feint him and freeze him. When you feint him and he doesn't react, then you go with a punch. So the feints are the best thing, because once you make a feint at him and he doesn't move or react to that feint, you know he's there to be hit. Next time you take the kitchen sink with you instead of the feint.
What if he does react to the feint? If he moves you where you want him to?
Then you just have to keep feinting until he doesn't react anymore. You make it look like a deer stand, like it's just something that's camouflaged and just gonna happen, but nothing's gonna happen afterwards. Great body shot by Ward. That hurts so.
Really hard body shot by Andre Ward with the left hand. Sullivan Barrera backed away.
I'm looking to see, you know, Andre's really digging with the hook, but that surgically repaired right shoulder, he should be throwing that right hand with knockout intentions eventually, Roy.
But the hook working for him, so why even worry about it?
9 rounds complete.
You ought to be tired of beating on him now, Jay, huh? What's wrong? Yeah, everything's good. You all right? I want you to focus on this job here. Okay?
Let's keep it clean, baby. Let's not get caught with a headbutt or keep the punches up. Come on.
Now listen to me. Settle down. Quit being wild in what you're doing. You're fighting at a good pace, a relaxed pace, and that's okay. But you have another level. You don't let anything come into your head to stop you from your mission, you understand? But you be alert, you do it smart, you do it crafty, and you do it predator-like. You understand? Yeah, you're good to go, brother. Now, I'm not asking you to be foolish, but I believe you right there for the right shot. Be smart.
Those last 2 words from Virgil Hunter to Andre Ward, be smart. That's the definition of their style. That's the mantra. That's the way they work. Everything is about being smart.
Yeah, they're smarter than the other guy. It's always been that way.
Hands are free, hands are free. Sácate para atrás. Sácate para atrás, Sullivan.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. 8 rounds for Ward and 1 round even. 89 to 80, Andre Ward. Jim, in round 8, when Andre Ward landed the low punch, referee Raul Cais subtracted a point from Ward. So instead of a 10-9 round in round 8 for Ward, it became a 9-9 round, which is why I have 1 round even and 8 rounds for Andre Ward. In any case, 89-80, Andre Ward.
And you saw Sullivan just throw 3 punches right there at a distance that he really could have done no damage at. He was too close to Ward to land them, to land the right hand, and to land the hook, and too far away to land the straight right hand.
And now this time, Cais is warning Andre Ward against using his head. Is that correct?
I don't know.
I think he was.
I thought he said something about a cut. Maybe like if there was a cut, it was actually, yeah, Andre has a cut.
It's over his left eye.
Yeah.
Andre's cut on his left eye.
It was because of a headbutt.
Harold, what was it?
Jim, Raul Cais was saying that Andre Ward got cut by an accidental headbutt, not by a punch. So in other words, if the fight gets stopped right now, it goes to the scorecards. If it gets stopped because of that cut.
Got it. Another good quick left hook by Ward. Barrera has not seen the left hook coming all night long.
See if this cut has any effect on Andre. Does he get more defensive to protect the eye, more offensive to get his guy out of there, or just keep doing what he's doing?
Maybe the biggest effect would be on the date of his next fight. depending on how bad the cut is by the end of the fight. We'll see the location between rounds.
Particularly because Andre said he wants another fight before Kovalev. And that's the fight that boxing fans really want to see. That cut's in a bad place, and it is dripping into his eye, it looks like.
Kovalev and his people would like for the fight with Ward to take place next. Ward may have a different idea, and as we're discussing here, the location and the nature of the cut could affect that. Barrera still not able to get out of the way of Ward's quick left hook. And there's Sergey Kovalev seated at ringside, smiling as always, showing you his right hand and promising no doubt that he's going to hit Ward with the right hand. Amir Khan just over Kovalev's left shoulder, along with some members of the Khan family. And Amir Khan is trained by Virgil Hunter too.
Great. I got you. And he makes a big effort. I'm not asking you to go gung-ho for it, but I'm telling you he's open. What does his punches feel like? Huh? Hey, what do his punches feel like?
Here you see the two fighters come together, and you think a headbutt would happen right there, but it didn't happen right there. After they got inside for a minute, his head rose right here, and bam, that was the headbutt that caused the cut.
Raul Kais saw it well, communicated the ruling effectively, letting us know that the cut on Ward's eye was caused by an accidental headbutt. And now we go to round 10, or round 11, I should say, into the championship rounds. Power punching display here by Andre Ward.
There's a right hand that Max wanted to see.
Virgil wants to see it, I think.
Primary weapon for most of the night has been the super quick left hook.
Ooh, there it is again.
Right hand landed for Barrera. That was a rare moment.
And it didn't do anything, Jim. That's the bad thing.
Didn't produce any returns.
Right hand landed for Ward.
Stop! Break! Deep breath, deep breath. Focus, deep breath. Let's go. Watch your heads, watch your heads.
And you know, you have to give Sullivan an A for effort here, because this is his first real fight to me as a professional against a real bona fide professional opponent. And he happens to be fighting pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world in his first test. And he didn't get blown out here. I mean, he's getting outboxed. He's getting taught a lesson and took to school, but he's not getting really abused yet.
He's never been past 8. He's in the 11th round.
Exactly. So he didn't have a bad performance here. And for 325 amateur fights, you can see that he has some good experience, or he would not have survived this long against a guy as talented and skilled as an Andre Ward.
Landed probably his best right hand of the night in the 10th round, 2 rounds beyond the furthest point he had ever gone before in a fight. So at least he's proven to the satisfaction of most of us probably at ringside that he can in fact fight a 12-round fight. And it's no embarrassment. You know, it's no real blot on your record that you get beaten by Andre Ward. Andre Ward hasn't lost a fight in 20 years.
Stop at the bow. Sullivan. Stop.
Ward grinning as the 11th round comes to a close. 3 more minutes left in this prize fight.
Very good, but be careful. You're looking to surprise you with the hook. But it wasn't perfect. That was perfect. I need more like that. On the inside, it doesn't matter where you hit, but just throw. Throw. It's the last round.
This is where you lay a trap and bring. I want you to walk it. You understand? So he'll commit to lay a trap. He's got to come for a knockout. This is where he'll leave himself open. Okay? Keep the hand where it's supposed to be this round, okay? And keep the feet. Make him pay for a mistake. Use the lead hand.
Round 12 begins. Andre Ward on a path which everyone in boxing hopes will set up a fight against Sergey Kovalev, a light heavyweight showdown for the ages, has come out tonight against Sullivan Barrera and has dominated from the opening bell with craft. And there's a stumble backward by Ward, not hit by a big punch.
Something's going on that side of the ring in earlier fights. It seems to be slick over there by the sign on the canvas.
Stop! Deep breath, deep breath.
Ward, once again, like I said before, anybody else fighting a Cuban that nobody knows much about at this point, coming off of a 9-month layoff would be crazy. But Ward has such a good game plan when it comes to taking guys out of their comfort zone until you knew in the beginning that he'd be fine fighting a guy like this, because he always makes these guys very uncomfortable. He loves to take a puncher and take his punches away from him. And he's done exactly that again tonight.
But you'd figure Kovalev, sitting ringside watching Andre Ward tonight, sees here he is in the 12th round of a fight he's dominated. But just moments ago, he was on the ropes and got hit with a straight right hand. And if Kovalev can catch you with a straight right hand, he can end the night.
Yeah, he can, but there's also a straight right hand and a left hook on the other side, so he has to be very careful.
And Ward has a very good chin.
Exactly.
We know that from his previous experiences. Yesterday, Roy Jones, you said that you thought it was a very good idea for Andre Ward to have another fight before fighting Sergey Kovalev. My question would be, how could he look better than this? What is he going to do that's going to make him better? There's a
see that right hand landed right there. It took him 12 rounds to finally land it. Now, we've been seeing it all night, but it took him a few rounds to land it safely. And that's why you need another fight, because now the next fight, he'll land that punch 6 rounds earlier because his timing will be better, and that gives him what he wants before he goes into a fight with Kovalev.
And it's recognition that Kovalev is something different, Jim. He's not, it's respect for Kovalev that Andre is showing. He's never put himself in a position where he feels he's going to lose, and yet he's always fought the best available opposition as an amateur, and then in that tournament at super middleweight as a pro. So if past his prologue, he will fight Kovalev, but not until he feels he's ready.
Get your hand out, Andre. Pull your left hand back. Hands are free.
Well, there's a contract, and the contract may conceivably contradict what one side or the other wants to do. So most likely there'll be a lot of discussion before ultimately it's determined whether Ward fights Kovalev in the next fight or one fight beyond.
I'm sure we'll be talking about it on the fight game, Jim.
And we're going to talk about it on the fight game for sure. And of course, Andre will soon be talking to Max Kellerman in